Do-ference is an initiative by Bethel Center which aims to help early-stage entrepreneurs. And in studio, I have Tina and Smoo to unpack it. What is Do-ference?
It is, we've actually called it Pathways to Funding Do-ference. The reason why it's called a Do-ference is because it is not a conference. It's a 2-day masterclass for early-stage entrepreneurs, particularly with a focus on social entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs from that has a township background, for instance.
Yes.
So it's very much to equip them or give them the tools and the connections, as you said in your intro, that they need to help grow their business.
Yeah.
There are no kind of top-down panels or talks. It's mainly workshops and labs that will help them either prepare their business plan, raise, kind of putting their fundraising plan together, putting their financial numbers in an Excel spreadsheet, learning from investors that are impact investors or angel investors or just early stage investors, figuring out what kind of what mistakes should they not be making.
You're talking about early stage, and there's a reason for that. So I wanted to unpack first why early stage, and then also you're talking about township-based entrepreneurs. Why?
Yes. So the first part of your question around the early stage entrepreneurs, we've kind of quantified that from 0 to 5 years, and it's also because it's partly where we see the biggest gaps. So it doesn't mean it has to be small money. We have some venture capitalists, venture capital funds represented. We have business partners represented that also do a wide span of deals, but it's mainly to kind of make sure that you get that early stage support to get your business off the ground, but also to grow it. So we have 3 different tracks. There's an ideation track for the very early stage where you have an idea, you're ready to get it off the ground. An incubation track, so you started to get some traction, but you need to grow it. And then a growth track, where like you have an established business, now you're ready to take on more funding. And so all of the different sessions, of which there are about 100 combined across Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town.
So why in township-based?
Yes. So there's content for everybody across kind of how do you set up your business, as we were talking about. But we have a specific focus on social entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs that are intentional about the impact that they're creating in their community, so positive social impact or environmental impact. And then we have a focus on township-based entrepreneurs. And that's mainly based on the fact that what we want to be able to create connections.
Yeah.
So we want to create local connections between local investors and local entrepreneurs. And Spoo has written a wonderful song for us, a theme song for the Do-ference, in which he also makes reference to the fact that a lot of entrepreneurs in South Africa doesn't necessarily have a rich dad or a rich mom.
Yeah.
And you don't have the people in your network that might be able to create connections for you in terms of how do I get to a market or how do I get an investor. And we want to try and institutionalize that. So making those connections and that kind of luck, to use big words, democratized or institutionalized.
Yeah, and you're bringing that access closer to those entrepreneurs who may not necessarily have that network within their close circles.
Yes.
Before we get to Smoo. So that's basically the heart of Do-ference. It brings that accessibility, and then it basically opens the door for them to easily come in and then get whatever they need to make their social enterprises viable, or whatever they may need.
I think it's just important to say that we add quite a lot of, or we offer quite a lot of scholarships to the Do-ference as well. So one just needs to send us like a quick 200 words or something, and then we organize transport and we do scholarship, whether that's 50% or 100%, so that we really get the right entrepreneurs also at the Do-ference.
So you have the experience of being part of Bethel Center, and you've benefited from their programs. And then on top of that, you've been part of Do-ference. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I attended my first Do-ference. I think it was the first one. It was in UCT, Graduate School of Business.
Yeah.
And that's where the first one was. And it was quite an eye-opener for me because basically the setup was like, there were like certain rooms. So you get one-on-one sessions with the speaker. So you just browse through the program of the day. You check which speaker speaks exactly to what you want, or which you look at their profile, you look at what they'll be talking about. It's somebody that's going to be talking about constructing a business plan. And after that program, they will have like plus minus 10 to 15 minutes intervals where you can book a one-on-one session, and such consultancy fees usually are very expensive. So when such things are subsidized by the University of Cape Town's Graduate School of Business and the Bertha Center, it makes it easier for people that do not have resources to access such to be quite motivated, and it gives them a little bit of a push. So that was my first experience. My second one, I think it was at the Woodstock Exchange.
Okay.
And we were actually at a time when we wanted to build our own studio, and we were just getting resources. And by that time, that's when we were also getting seed funding from the Bertha Center. So the second one was quite great as well, and it exposed me rather to even a broader world. So I met people that are today networks to me. I met people that are startup empowerers as well from that one.
I know the key thing for many entrepreneurs is funding. So can we dwell on that funding? Where do you fit in, and what exactly do you do in terms of funding to make sure that these entrepreneurs, they make their dreams, not necessarily a dream, but their concept, their business concept, a reality?
Yes. So now I think what the Do-ference is, it is primarily also a gateway into the ecosystem. So once you attend that 2-day Do-ference, you get to meet a lot of other entrepreneurs that you get to network with, and we do a lot of follow-up also in terms of the year to make sure that you are consistently pursuing that network, and we send out newsletters and resources and everything. But then you also get to meet the investors at the Do-ference. We do the workshops and the innovative finance labs where you can walk through your own fundraising strategy, and you can workshop it with the Bertha Center people and other experts. And then you can, as Boo was saying, you can sit down for 30 minutes one-on-one with an investor or business expert or something like that.
Yeah.
What we've added this year, in partnership with Community Chest based in Cape Town as well, is a 6-month support program that follows on from the Do-ference. So if you are very early stage, and through the connections that you make at the Do-ference, you're not investment ready yet, then we have the program for the next 6 months to kind of try and equip you to do that with some seed funding and some support.
So it's more like a journey that now you would walk with the entrepreneur, instead of just exposing them to this amazing information and then these amazing people for 2 days and then it ends there. But now this creates that journey thing where you journey with the entrepreneur, whether it be in partnership with Community Chest, which is amazing.
Yeah. And in partnership with the other stakeholders from the industry, right? So for us, it will also be about making connections to the people that can actually support you on that journey. So whether that is somebody that can help you with your business plan or your impact measurement or something like that, then we'll make those connections and we'll make it available to you, because we're not always also the best equipped to do the specialized support.
The conference is coming to Cape Town. It's in Joburg. Can you give us dates?
So it's in Durban on the 7th and 8th of September. It's in Johannesburg on the 15th and the 16th of September, and then in Cape Town on the 28th and the 29th. So it is a roadshow across the country.
All right.
And then we
for
have
2 days.
In every city, it's 2 days. And then we have about more than 100 sessions, I think, right, Spoo, across the country. Yeah. And then more than 100 speakers that then also is there to support the entrepreneurs. And then we're aiming for about 550 entrepreneurs across the country.